Okay, so I believe the stream has started, and so hey everyone, hi, how are you? How are your weekends? I am extremely excited for today because I am not joking. This is my first stream ever, and guess what? We are doing TIS. I'm going to explain it all, but before that, let me show you a small intro. So that is the intro I created, and I before I start the stream I'm going to say I'm really sorry if I make any mistakes because this is the first time I'm streaming and it's kind of a bit hard. So okay, so first of all let me just introduce myself. My name is Sharon and today I'm going to be your host for this show. So basically this is the first TIS show. TIS stands for the Info Sunday. Don't worry, I'm not going to be doing that every day. I mean every Sunday. So this is basically a small show where I share different kind of information and we cover a lot of topics. And I guess you must be familiar with the Van show by LTT, and honestly I thought I can do that, something like that too. I have been willing to do this since a long time and finally I have been able to do this. So let's just get started. So I am going to tell you first the internal news a bit. So you know that I have not been constant with uploading my videos. My video schedule has been really messed up, and the reason for that was Vlogpril. Honestly, it really messed up my schedule. But then again, I started to think that I need to make more regular videos. So that is why now this is going to be my schedule. So first of all, every single Monday I will be publishing a normal video. That can be a vlog or my robotic video or any video. Then every single Thursday I will be publishing a YouTube short, and I'm really excited because I have small news for you. And finally, on every single Sunday we will be doing TIS, a live stream in which I will just share all the information about technology, also how to tutorials. I'm also thinking to do a 1 hour of Python stream. So if you'd like that, just hit like and also comment down if you have any other topics you wanted to be cover. I mean you want to be cover. So let's just start today's topic. So on the spot, completely today I'm going to talk. Sorry, I mean I'm going to be talking about programming today, and there are a lot of things I want to cover today. So first of all I wanted to cover is programming competition. There is one programming competition I want every one of you to participate. That is Google Kickstart competition, and the registration is still open. I guess the deadline is close, but I will will have a great experience. I participated last year also, and it is a really good competition which will give you a lot of experience. See, robotic competitions, sorry, programming competitions are a really great way of having different kind of experience, and not only that, you will learn a lot because usually these kind of competitions provide access to community or access to books and a lot. And I'm also going to name other two competitions which I know which are really good, but currently they are closed right now and their season will be opened. I'm not sure, but I guess in next 2-3 months. But before that, one more thing, Google's Kickstart also is having some demo sessions, so I'd like you to tune in for that too. Next thing is the Coding Bee by MakeBot and Times of India. So yes, MakeBot and Times of India together created a competition, nationwide competition or a national competition called Coding Bee, and guess what, I won it this year. So yes, you are looking at the champion, or you are looking at the champion of Coding Bee season 2. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I had a great time, and the Coding Bee competition was really great for me. So let me just give a brief on that because I participated in it. I know a lot about it. That's why I'm telling competitions give you a lot of things. So first of all, I am a Python. I see myself as advanced. I know there are a lot of things to learn, but still I have been doing Python since last 4 or 5 years, I guess. So I know a lot of stuff, but for all the people who are beginners, they provided a Python book which was 120 pages book to learn Python, which was free. Also the registration was free for the Coding Bee competition. But I'm going to say that book is not at all good. It's better to purchase any kind of book or get a free course, because I'm sorry, but that is not good. But they did provide some video lectures, that was nice. And then we had some quiz and MCQ tests for the first round. And then after that, you have to make a you have to make a video of your project. So guess what, which project did I did? If you guess Jarvis, that is right. So Jarvis is basically artificial intelligence. I will be coming on that shortly. So after that, they selected, well, they are saying that over 5 lakh people participated, and in that 30 teams were selected and invited to Bombay for the grand finale. And the grand finale was honestly really great. We had a great banquet. I mean, not banquet, actually it's kind of a hall, really nice hall, where they had another 2 rounds. First was the presentation round. I did not like that round. The reason is the presentation round only consists of you talking about your application or your program, which is not right. They don't like see the program then and there, and you cannot explain it in live, which I did not like, but it was really nice too. And then second, we had the kind of exam on your language. How will you know the language? So in that, they asked 2 brief questions. It was only beginner Python. I would say that the questions weren't hard, except there was one last question at the last: is Python written in C? Which I'm not going to lie, doesn't sound true, but it kind of, on technicality it is, because kind of Python is written in C, but it's mostly C Python and not the default Python. But you wouldn't usually say, hey, Python is written in C, right? So I answered that question wrong, but else every question was right. So yes, and then I won the national competition in Python senior group. So I would say coding bee is a great opportunity. I am not sure when they're starting their next season. I guess it will be in next 3 months, but you can prep for it. Basically you need to create a application. I'm not sure if Python is a language that they are going to be including the next season, but still it would be a great deal for you to learn it. So you can just learn Python and just learn all the basics, all the intermediate stuff, and create some application that is based on 2 things. First is your creativity. The application should show that you are creative, and second is your skill. The application should not be unfinished. In my experience, when you create something that's completely finished and finalized and perfect, but if it does not have that creative element, it has a hard chance of winning. But when you combine them both, skill and creativity, it's hard to beat. So that was the second competition I was going to say. Next is Microsoft Imagine Cup. Now Microsoft Imagine Cup is also a huge competition, and this competition is not only nationwide, it's international. I participated in last year, and I actually had a great time. And yes, it is true that I did not win, but honestly it was so great because we had all these live lectures from all Microsoft teams, and we had this meetings about different kind of section. So basically Microsoft Imagine Cup is a competition for everyone and any kind of programming language. There is a small kind of catch: you have to integrate the Microsoft services. I'm so sorry, I cannot remember. I guess it's called Azure. Yes, so you need to implement a application from Azure, and from then you can literally make any kind of application and submit it in. So I didn't got a chance to win, but I did got a chance to participate, and honestly it was really great. So that's all the programming competitions I have for today. I told about programming competitions because I'm always looking for them, and I rarely find some which are like really good and genuine. Honestly, this coding bee also, when I was starting, I felt it was a bit of scam, like a whole thing, and I still say it's a kind of a small scam. On their website, if you go there, they're showing that by participating you will get 3D printers and you will get smartwatches, and all we got was a trophy. See, I'm not saying you need to participate for the prizes, but that seems a bit misleading. And after a few months of after the competition started and the registration even closed, they changed their website to win trophies, certificate and smartwatches. So that is a bit kind of scammy, but still it's a competition and it is genuine, I can say that. Next thing I really wanted to share is this really great package or great thing that is free for all the students, college students, high school. I am not sure middle or elementary, but I'm pretty sure for high school and college this thing is really great, and I think so most of you have saw it, I guess. So that is the GitHub Student Developer Pack. Now hear me out. While programming or even while creating my YouTube channels, like for example you can see a small logo. um Wait, where is the logo? Yes, there you go. So this logo is also created in Canva, and I am literally in just I use Canva for everything because it is so great. But there is a problem. It is free, but premium costs you some money, and you really don't want to spend that money this soon if you're just starting up. So GitHub Student Developer Pack consists a lot of different kind of companies of features integrated to it. For example, Canva. If you get if you go to GitHub Student Developer Pack and I guess verify yourself as a student, you get access to a whole 1 year of Canva Premium, and that is not it. There are other free things such as name.com provides you a 1 year free domain, and there's I guess a small hosting plan too. I didn't check it though. There's also few web services which are free, and also the IoT of Arduino is also, I mean, the Arduino IoT is also getting you free. So that is really nice. So you can if you're a student, all you need is your ID card, or if you don't have your ID card and you have passed, you all I mean passed in sense passed your class, you can just request your teacher for a formal letter from the school that you are a student, and if you just share them to the GitHub stream, they are really great, and they will just sort it out, and then you will be verified as a GitHub student, and it is really so awesome. And other thing about that is some things are only one time, like GitHub Pro is I guess forever free until you're a student, but the one thing I didn't like is like Canva is only for 1 year free. So after 1 year you cannot be like, oh my goodness, I need one more Canva year of free, and you can just re-verify yourself as a student. Until unless you're in that account and you are verified as a student, you can only use it once. I would love to have Canva for a lot of time. Just give me 1 second. I believe there's an error here. Okay, I just thought the stream ended because in my system it is showing the stream ended, but I guess it is live. Okay, so basically after the GitHub Student Developer, oh my goodness, I just completely forgot about my Jarvis. Come on man, it's a really important thing that I wanted. So Jarvis, I wanted to say Jarvis is the artificial intelligence and a personal desktop assistant created by Mo, and it is really like a great system that I created, or the best project I ever made, and it is so awesome. So basically I guess in 2019 I started to develop artificial intelligence which is named Jarvis, and the sole purpose for it was actually to have my own artificial intelligence where I can keep few systems which are keep few features which are programmer specific, or the features that I want, like home automation. Not I'm sure that Google Assistant do save you on home automation, but I really don't think they can be able to control a Arduino. So basically my Jarvis using Bolt IoT can control a relay which controls my home lights or fan or anything that I connect to that relay. I'm really integrating it into Jarvis, and I really love that so much. Next topic we are going to be covering is the best programming language to learn for beginners. Now, no matter what, I am ready to argue with anyone that Python is the best language for everyone to learn, especially if you're a beginner, because Python, first of all, is extremely simple and easy to understand. I am saying that for beginner program. I know there are a lot of programs which just are really hard, but still most of the programs on beginner stage especially are really easy to understand compared to any other programming languages such as Java, C++. And not only that, Python is object oriented plus structured based programming language. So best of the both worlds, I guess. Not only that, Python is also dynamically programmed. For example, dynamically programmed, let me give you an example. For example, in C, if you name a variable such as int a equals to 5, so you cannot change its kind of the data type, because it is an integer data type and you have to keep it on as long as it is in your code, or you need to change its data type completely. But in Python you don't need to say any kind of data type. All you can say is write a equals to 5 and it's automatically considered as an integer, and after a few lines maybe you want to change the data type, so all you need to write is a equals to, let's say, a floating point number 2.33. so you can do that. That's why Python is really nice. And not only that, Python has a extremely huge community. I'm not going to lie, Python is like has a huge community, and you will find a solution or someone who can solve your problem at any time. And there are a great ways you can learn Python. So first of all, you can learn Python by coming to A2C Coding Factory. So yes, A2C Coding Factory is basically a coding academy that I launched, where I give basically live lectures about Python, and it's course based. You can just go to A2C Coding Factory to get more information. Or if you want more kind of something like recorded lectures, you can go to this amazing course by Angela Yu on Udemy, the 100 days of Python. I really like that course. I actually used it I guess 1 year before, and it was really nice. She also covers some advanced topics, and the only problem is after I guess day 80 the problem solutions are kind of bit hard, and I really feel the solution can be eased. And then I always suggest this. You have no idea how many people ask me that if you're a programmer, why do you use books? See, using books for programming is great. For example, I was preparing for my coding B exam. Now, going through an entire video lecture of 30 minutes, let's say 20 minutes or even an hour, and just understanding one topic is way harder and time consuming than just having a doubt and then reading it in a book, or getting its definition in a book. Now I don't suggest a book for everyone who's a beginner, because honestly books are not a great way to learn something, but books are a great way to retain something. That's why I suggest the Core Python book by Nageshwar Rao, and I will just link it down after this stream ends. I will just link it down in description. You can purchase it. It's a great book. I will also link down the Angela Yu's 100 Days of Python. Now that's how you can learn the Python programming language, and honestly I'm not joking, it is the best programming language that you can ever learn. It is crucial nowadays because Python is booming so much that it's in every single field. Let it be web development, let it be gaming, let it be app development, or any other fields also, background database else. Next thing the next topic we have for today is the applications I use for programming. So I have been asked this question multiple times, that which applications I use for programming. Now first of all, the application, I mean, where do I write my code? It is not necessary for you to have any kind of high end or any kind of high application. You can write Python in your browser. You can write Python in Notepad. All you need to have is Python installed on your laptop, and then if you just run it using terminal, Python, your file name, and it will run automatically. So, but in case you are wondering, the application that I use is Visual Studio Code, and it is honestly really great. I also know another application, PyCharm. A lot of people are familiar with it, and it is great. It just feels a bit complex for me because every single time I need to create a small program, I need to create a new project, and you in Python you don't need to do all that. I mean, sorry, in VCS you don't VSC, sorry, in Visual Studio Code you need to do all of that. All you can do is just open it, create a new file, and that's it. I like Visual Studio Code because of its simplicity and also its extensions. There are a lot of extensions which will help you during programming. For example, autofill is a great extension for Python. Now autofill helps you when you are writing, for example, a function or a built-in method in Python, built-in function in Python such as print. So if you just write PR and it basically autofills the rest. So that's a great feature and saves you a ton of time. Next I use is Replit. I don't use it a lot, but I do recommend it a lot because Replit is a great and free online compiler where you can write your Python program and compile it. It also can it does integrates imports, so you don't need to worry that if you're using any kind of third party code such as tkinter, I'm not sure about tkinter, but numpy, pandas or tensorflow, you can run it there. So in browser, even in your mobile, you can start programming. I feel that is really great for it. The next thing I wanted to talk is a really important technology in my way. So the thing is PyScript. Are you familiar with that? Well, great if you are, and no problem. I wasn't until 2 weeks ago too. So PyScript is basically one of the really cool things. I won't say it's the best, but it is really cool feature, and I will show it to you. I will show it to you in a second. So as you know, when you're creating a website, usually you use HTML for the structure, JavaScript for the functionality, and CSS for the style. So basically using Python in HTML has been complicated all over because it's really hard. I mean, there are really rare solution where I found where it has a working solution to use Python in HTML, and using it can be great. For example, you can store variables, you can use all of the modules which are inbuilt into Python, such as TensorFlow for machine learning, pandas and NumPy for mathematical solutions, and a lot more. And integrating that into HTML would be just great. So I'm not sure who created this, but someone created PyScript, Python script. So basically this is a way for you to integrate Python code into your of course HTML, and I will show it to you. Just let me share my display in a second. You know, I'm really new to this streaming and I am so excited. I literally spent a whole day setting up OBS, setting up my mobile phone as a webcam because I don't have a webcam right now. Okay, so there you go. So I believe you are able to see my screen. Please comment down if you can, and let me just show the code to you. So currently this is the official or the default Python code they provide. I will open the website too, just give me 1 second. Okay, so basically if you go to pyscript.net, their website is really simple, and wouldn't it to be cool to run Python? Of course it will be functional. I'm coming to that. I do like PyScript, but it's not very functional. Now, so basically when you are here, in order to use PyScript, all you need to do is to integrate these two lines into your program, and bada boom bada bang, you are able to now include Python into your HTML. For example, this is a small Python program. Basically all it does is tells the current date and time as computed by the Python, and all I have did is added these two lines to show you that why is this not suggested by me. I will just cut this out and let's open the file for now. So as you can see, first of all, it gives this loading runtime. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not suggested on a professional website to have that, and it won't look as good, right? Next, as you can see, it works flawlessly. Hello world, this is the current date and time, and the reason they are showing date and time in their official kind of GitHub page is because it shows three things. First of all, that you are able to print something into your page. Second of all, you are able to compute something, and third of all, for example, computing the date and time. And the third reason is you are able to import something extra. Now let me show you the reason I don't like PyScript. Now all I did is added these two lines, user input and print input. Now if I run this on my Python, usually it is going to ask me a small question, I mean not question, a small dialog. It will open up a small, what am I saying, it is basically going to ask me input and then print the output. Now, but in case if I run it here and refresh it, it also takes a bit of time. I don't like that. So the problem is, it says this page says, I do not like that at all. It does not have a kind of a terminal, and you really can't expect it from something like this. And I will just say subscribe, which you should if you are here. So as you can see, it's gone. Please input something. There should be a space here where, wait, let me show you. So this was the strings that I did, and now it is not showing me that. Let me give me a second actually. Yes, so basically it should have been first printed this, please input something, and then ask for the input. Basically what this is doing is going in this way, and first it is taking the input as it will, and then it is reading the next statement, sorry, taking the input and then it is reading the next statement in the brackets, which is please input something, basically printing a string. I don't like that. That's the reason I am not going to say PyScript is greatest thing, but it is a great development feature, and I really hope they develop PyScript perfectly. Now I will be stop sharing my screen. Oh my god, I'm noticing it now that my screen wasn't even sharing. Okay, no worries. Basically let me just show it to you again. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so I believe you can see it now. I'm so sorry that you weren't being able to see my screen. Okay, see, that's why I told I'm new to streaming. I did not know that you have to keep screen. I did not know you have to enable a feature. So basically I showed this language, I mean this code that is the official GitHub code, and I just added these two lines. And the reason I don't like this is, first of all, it shows this loading runtime, and it's not a huge problem, but it won't look good on professional website. Next thing is, first of all, it should have been done is printed this, please input something, and then asked for the input here, but it has not printed here yet. And if I just say subscribe, or actually let's say like, please like, and it is then going to print please input something and like. So I really do not like that, but PyScript is really nice and it's kind of in developmental stage. So as it is going to increase more and more, it is going to get a lot better. Now let me stop sharing my screen. So yeah, that is the reason I like and don't like PyScript. PyScript is really fun to play and I recommend you. It's basically free. It doesn't even require you to install anything. Okay, next thing is the Arduino issue. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, and I'm covering this way late than anyone else in the whole world has ever covered something. So basically, well, in Maharashtra or in India, the Arduino prices are really rising due to the shortage in raw materials and due to shortage the prices, the Arduino, I'm so sorry if I'm going to pronounce Arduino as Arduino, because I'm used to pronouncing Arduino instead of Arduino or the other correct pronunciation, so I'm sorry for that. So basically there has been a short rise, due to which the prices have skyrocketed of Arduino, which is really hectic to buy them, because I usually buy them regularly for a lot of my projects. Let it be the project I created last week, the Smart Safe, or let it be anything. And honestly, the cost for a single Arduino Nano is 700. It used to be around 450 to, I would say, the maximum of 550, but it's lot now. 700 is not something that you should buy for Arduino, because it is going to come down and then your Arduino is not that much of cost. So basically, in order to create projects, you need a microcontroller, and a microcontroller, I actually have a kind of solution to this issue. So basically, as Arduino prices are rising, I prefer you don't buy them for, I am not sure, but I'm going to say at least next 2 months, until the supply is again perfect and the prices have been a bit less, because 700 rupees or Arduino Uno, which is around 1000 rupees, is not cheap at all. I was going to purchase Arduino Mega. Every single site I go, out of stock, out of stock. Even they're not selling it for 2500. I mean, it's not fine, but still, it's just out of stock. So what you can do is buy Raspberry Pi Pico. Now Raspberry Pi Pico, according to my sources, is only 400 rupees, and not only that, Raspberry Pi Pico is a lot similar to, let's say, Arduino Nano. And the reason it is similar to Arduino Nano is because Raspberry Pi Pico is not a microprocessor, it's a microcontroller. It is built to control other things, just like Arduino Uno. Now Raspberry Pi Pico is a great thing, and the reason I do suggest that, because it also allows C as a programming language, which you can program it, or you can also use micro Python, which is suggested for Pico. I am not, my experience with MicroPython has not been the greatest. I like to write C or the default programming language for Arduino, but it is still nice, and I am not sure when, but I did had an experience with Pico, and it is quite nice, I will say that. And for 400 rupees it does provide a lot of things. And the Raspberry Pi Pico has a lot of digital I/O pins and 3 analog pins. Now I'm not sure how many pins does the Arduino Nano have. Just give me 1 second, it's a small search, nothing else. Okay, so it turns out Arduino Nano has around, that's not true actually. Well, I'm sorry for this, but I won't be able to say how many pins does the Arduino Nano have. I really should have researched it earlier. I'm sorry on that, but no worries. So basically, Arduino Nano, I know that it has more analog pins, and Raspberry Pi Pico would be even greater if it had more analog pins, so that you can control more analog application, or the the sensors which require more variable input or the output, because the usual input or the output in the digital pins is off, which is 0 volts, and on, which is 5 volts input. For example, let's say a button. So when you press that button, the input signal is going 5 volts, which means the button is on, and when you turn off the button, the input signal, which is the output of the button and it is going to input of the Arduino, is basically 0 volts, which means off. But all the sensors, such as let's say temperature sensor, it needs data between that goes from 1 to 100 and not sure which number. I really should have researched them. I'm really sorry, I'm not specific, so I'm not mentioning, but it has a more range. Now that's the reason I will say you can use Raspberry Pi Pico as an alternative for Arduino. Now I'm not going to say that you can 100% use it forever, because it's in no comparison to Arduino Uno, which has so many pins, and zero comparison to Arduino Mega, which is literally the perfect controller if you want to run any kind of high appliances, but it is still a great deal. Next, coming to the final topic of today, is the topic of projects. Now I am thinking to do this every single week, but basically in this week I'm going to give you 4 projects which you can do at your home, and today's projects are based on hardware and software, and mostly Arduino based or Raspberry Pi 2. So these projects, you are going to make them, and then you can just maybe create a video, and then just tell me how was your experience in the comments, and let me know were you able to create the projects that I told. First of all, kind of the easy one, kind of the one which I already made, the smart safe. Yes, if you don't know, I made a smart safe. I don't have it right now, but you can just check out my video. And the smart safe is basically a safe that has a specific joystick control, and using the joystick control you input a secret code, and if the code is right, the door opens. If not, the door is closed. It's a simple project, but it does require some hardware complexity, and I really wanted it to have 3D printed, because then I could do really cool stuff. But no worries, all I did is, using a servo motor, I created kind of a handle. So when the door is unlocked, the servo motor is here and the handle is basically free. But when the door is locked, the servo motor is closed or at 90-degree position, due to which the handle here gets locked. And if you don't know, servo motors are pretty strong, and if you can really nail them down, they are pretty strong that they won't open on just a jerk. It will take a bit of strength. So that's why the door won't open, and when you enter the secret code using joystick, basically the door will open and the door will close. So that is the number one project that you can make, and please don't forget to let me know in comments or anywhere that you made this project. So next thing is accelerometer control robot. Before that, let me just check how many people are watching this. Okay, I had 4 views, and I am not going to say that's a lot. I will love to have more viewers, and before I just shoot on the last projects and then say, hey, that's it for today. I really wanted to say please share this with everyone else, because I really want everyone to watch this, and this is a great opportunity for you and me too. I have a lot of things that I want to share, so I can do that, and you can learn a lot. This is completely free, and you can just know what's current technologies or what is going on. Okay, now let's get on to the 3 things. I mean the next 3 projects. So the next project I will say is accelerometer control robot, or even a accelerometer control robot. Basically, accelerometer control robot is a robot or a car, or you can say just a chassis with 2 wheels or 4 wheels, your choice, and that is controlled with a accelerometer, which should not be connected to your Arduino. I have seen some projects which show you are directly connected to Arduino, but your task is to not have it connected. You can do this simply by using transmitter and receiver. There are a lot of them there that you can use. Next thing is home automation with Bluetooth. This is the one I was saying with Jarvis, which I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. Okay. Yes, so this is the one I was saying that I'm integrated with Jarvis. So basically all you need to do is connect your Arduino to a relay that connects to any kind of light bulb, any kind of appliance. But be careful and do this at your own risk, because this project requires high voltage, which can be really dangerous. So do not do this with adult supervision or any kind of, just don't go and just do it. Wear some gloves, wear protective gear, and be careful and keep all the switches off. So yes, so basically when you and then you connect the relay to a light bulb, let's say, and then using your phone you connect your Arduino using a Bluetooth module, and using your phone you send a signal to Arduino, which turns on the relay, which eventually turns on the light bulb. Now here are 2 phases for it. First phase, which I guess 90% everyone can do, the easiest thing is use some third kind of application. I will say there is a application called car movement controller for Arduino that is available on Play Store, and you can just download it, and it sends the Bluetooth signals to Arduino, and that is really useful. Or you can create your own app using MIT App Inventor. I'm not sure if you are familiar with this, but MIT App Inventor is a great, I'm saying the great and the simplest invention app, sorry, the system, or what can you say, I'm not getting the word, studio kind of. It's the Android studio kind of, but it does not require programming. It is scratch based. You can't create complex applications, but it is still a great way you can do that. Now so as you can see, yes, I'm so sorry, I went a bit okay. So either you can use MIT App Inventor and just search up some great there are some great tutorials to create your own Bluetooth app, which can send a signal to your Arduino. Arduino is basically Bluetooth module, and then you can create your own app. This is kind of bit harder than the first phase, where you can just use a app that's freely available. But if you do this, you will also get to know about MIT App Inventor, which is always great to know new things. And the final thing is Robotic Arm. Now there's a lot of way to go this way. All I'm saying is make any one of this. You don't need to make all of these projects. But robotic arm is kind of costly. If you buy it from outside, it is going to cost you around 2500 rupees, excluding Arduino Uno or Arduino Nano. But you will most probably require a Arduino Uno if you are connecting that using the robotic arm for something else too. So basically, in the robotic arm, all you need to do is make it Bluetooth controlled robotic arm. So you are going to use another app. As I told, you can create your own app, or you can just use the app that I told to use that system, and then you can basically create a robotic arm. And for the hardware complexity, you can either create your own arm using cardboard, or you can get it 3D printed, or there is also metal option, which is extremely costly and I don't suggest it, or you can just buy it out. Buying it up from outside is kind of costly, but if you have a 3D printer at home, why are you waiting? Just go get that, buy 4 servo motors, one Arduino Uno, Bluetooth module, and there you go. You can create your own robotic arm. So I guess that's all of the topics we have for today. Okay, now I'm just going to say something for 1 minute because it was in my schedule. You have no idea how much I was planning and how excited was I to create this weekly show where you can tune in, we can just talk, and if you are really viewing me, you can just talk with me in the live chat, which is a bit out of it does have a delay, but still you can talk, and I would love to see more people getting into this. Currently I only have 4 viewers. That is not the greatest thing, but I will take that for the first chance. And yes, so basically I really hope to see you the next week, and that is going to be the end of today's TIS, the Info Sunday show. Don't worry, this is the last time I'm going to do it. And finally, I just wanted to play my intro once again. Well, it's not playing. Okay, no worries. So that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye.